A lot's going on with the government, and the government is trying to throw y'all off with ploys, plants, madness, confusion, all types of stuff, right? But what y'all don't really know is that with all the deploys and the diversions by the P. Diddy case and all this other stuff and all this other madness, right? They have something going on. And they have something going on that y'all don't even know about. And it's really, really crazy how situations was about to change if the Secret Service didn't figure it out, didn't get the tip. They probably already knew what was coming because the government could work different ways. We don't know nothing about that. You know what I'm saying? And it could be real dangerous for people. You know what I mean? The government is out here doing things and they tricking the people and they got y'all believing that everything is okay. We need to be focused on the war. We need to be focused on all this other shit, right? But what they're not telling us, what they're not telling us is that they already got some things going on. And whenever there's diversions like this that's taking place in the United States, war is in the brewing. And if you don't know any better, then you'll figure it out and find out. Hope it's not too late. Everybody tap in, share this, because this is real facts we talking. We're not talking none of this BS no more. We're getting to the science of everything that's going on because everything is controlled, if you ask me. And if you know, then you know. If you don't, then you need to do more research on what's going on in life. I'm about to play something that happened this morning and it hit the news this morning, right? But before I do that, I need everybody to share this. I need everybody to comment, whether you like it, whether you don't. You know what I mean? It doesn't, the algorithms is going to go up anyway, regardless. So I'm already doing numbers. I'm already making things happen. So I'm just bringing awareness to everybody who's not aware of what's taking place while y'all being distracted by all the rap stuff, all the BS, the Diddy trial, things that really don't serve you no purpose. It's just creating gossip and content. But what I'm about to show you right now is what happened this morning. Some of y'all may have got the news. Some of y'all probably just don't watch the news at all. So y'all wouldn't understand what's taking place. But give me a minute and I'm about to drop this. Everybody hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, subscribe to the channel. Um, if you want to support what's going on, what's up, Abe Adams? If you want to support what's going on, I'll leave, links and links and stuff to where you could, contribute to what's going on if you appreciate the content that I'm dropping. You dig? Yeah, we about to get into this. Share this with your people, cause I don't deal with this. Peace. I don't deal with BS. This is not your average podcast. It's not your average show. This show brings awareness to people who need to understand what's really taking place out here. Yeah, let's get into it. We're about to get into it right now. I'm about to show y'all what's happening out here and really put y'all on. I'm telling you. This is sponsored by Stack Chicken. You know my line. You know what it is. If you ain't stacking chicken, something's missing. We about to shout outs to everybody. My bro Shay Baby TV. But I'm gonna get y'all this story because I had let it go off. But I'm gonna get back to it. I'm gonna get y'all this story, and I want y'all to pay attention. I want y'all to pay attention. Give me 1 minute. Let me find it for you so you can have it. I don't want y'all to be without it. I want y'all to have all this information so you can go on and hold dialogue with your people. Y'all can talk about it. You could get a clear, in-depth knowledge of what's really taking place out here. And a lot of people need to be aware of what's taking place out here. It's dangerous out here. And the United States is trying to keep this under the rafters. But this was very scary. This was very, very scary. Pay attention. Might be a commercial. Pay attention.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. I just won $60,000 from my car crash from this app from my phone.
I can tell you about breaking news this morning as the Secret Service has dismantled a telecommunications threat right here in the New York State tri-state area.
All right, we're breaking it down this morning with Good Day Wake Up anchor Dan Bones. What do you know so far?
Well, Rosanna and Kurt, some security experts are saying they've never seen a network as extensive as this before. And this morning, the Secret Service revealing a major security bust right here in New York, a covert network of devices capable of shutting down cell service right as the UN General Assembly is underway. Unclear if those two things are connected, but it is a possibility. And we have brand new images into our newsroom this morning. These are the devices federal agents say could have disabled cell towers and essentially shut down the cellular network in New York City. That's worth repeating. Federal agents this...
Did y'all hear that? They said something was taking place. This is 11 hours ago. They was downtown and they literally... everybody's phone service, if it was allowed, if they didn't make this key investigation and make this entry, everybody's phone across the whole New York State and then some. If you had service in New York State, your shit would have been over.
Morning announcing they located multiple devices capable of shutting down cell service in the city. Massive implications, of course. Here are the details as we know them. Inside several locations, agents found thousands of networked cellular devices. That's how they describe them, concentrated within 35 miles of the UN General Assembly, of course, now underway here in New York. President Trump in the city this morning. Officials say the system allowed anonymous, encrypted communications between criminal and foreign actors and could have caused massive disruption to government and emergency communications. Some experts say this network could have sent as many as 1 million text messages a minute, potentially disrupting all kinds of issues here. The special agent in charge of the Secret Service New York field actually put out a video just a few minutes ago, and take a look at what he says here.
This network had the potential to disable cell phone towers and essentially shut down the cellular network in New York City. These devices were concentrated within 35 miles of the global meeting of the United Nations General Assembly, now underway in New York City. Given the timing, location, and proximity, and potential for significant disruptions to the New York telecom system, we moved quickly to disrupt this network.
And again,
now I got a question. I have a serious question. You see how that shit looked? That shit looked very stacked up. They had shelves. They had a whole bunch of things going on. Neve, what's up? They had a whole bunch of things going on. It was in an apartment that nobody knew. It was in the middle of New York City. New York City is one of the most active states in the whole United States. Financially, it's like the financial magnet of the world. Everything happens in New York. So they figured with all this madness going on, if they would have killed the cell towers in New York at the time this UN meeting or summit was going on, there was potential room for terroristic things to happen. There was potential room for leaking of data to other countries, including enemies of each other or enemies of whatever country was at the U.S. summit. And this is just my opinion. It's my opinion, and I'm protected by the Constitution, the Fair Act use, and the First Amendment, right? It's all public record, so I can give my public opinion on it. And that's what it is. If you ask me, I really think that the government put that there and they brought it to everybody's attention at this particular moment with the UN summit that's happening down in New York City. Everything happens for a reason. They're giving you all this information on the news. The news, the media, is a thing that can control the media, right? So if they said that they found an apartment with all these communications that could knock out cell towers and take out the whole New York state, right? Why are they giving it to the people? Why didn't they dismantle it? They knew. This is my public opinion. They had to know that that particular spot was sitting right there. There's not a thought in the world that will make me not believe that the United States government, with all their information, their FBI, their CIA, everybody in the world, when they do all these gang busts and gang indictments, they know how to be on top of everything, and they know how to find people. They tracking phones and this, that, and the third. This is the first time we heard about the Secret Service dismantling imminent telecommunications threat in New York. My question is, how long has it been in New York, and how long have y'all known about it? How long have y'all known about this thing that's taking place? For those who just came to the page, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Shout out to my 1.991 thousand subscribers. We're trying to get to 3,000, 5,000. We monetize. We trying to do the right thing. But tell me this, right?
I can tell you about breaking news this morning as the Secret Service has dismantled a telecommunications threat right here in the New York State tri-state area.
We're breaking it down this morning with Good Day Wake Up.
How did they dismantle? First and foremost, you had to do recon research. You had to do whatever. But how y'all was able to dismantle something and nobody was arrested? Who the apartment belonged to? Who's the name of the person who's renting that apartment out? All them gadgets had to be bought somewhere. Where did they come from?
Banker Dan Bones, what do you know so far?
Well, Rosanna and Kurt, some security experts are saying they've never seen a network as extensive as this before, and this...
They have. See, what they're doing is they trying to gaslight everybody. Anybody who's tuned into the media trying to gaslight everybody, talking about they never seen something like this, when their own government has things better than this. Somebody that's down with the government probably has
This morning, the Secret Service revealing a major security bust right here in New York, a covert network of devices capable of shutting down cell service right as the UN General Assembly is underway. Unclear if those two things are connected, but it is a possibility, and we have brand new images into our newsroom this morning. These are the devices federally...
Hold up.
UN General Assembly is underway. Unclear if those two things are connected, but it is a possibility, and we have brand new images in...
Whose apartment is that? That's an apartment. The Secret Service would know whose apartment that is if they was able to get up in that apartment and dismantle telecommunications. Why are y'all not revealing whose apartment it is? That's the problem. But they definitely want you to know. Peace. They definitely want you to know that that it was there. Shout outs to the artists. What's up, beloved? You know, make sure y'all follow my people. That's my people. He shows love and all that. But if the government knew and they was able to dismantle that, that means they got tips. That means they got people that's working undercover to figure out information. So why y'all not releasing? Usually if there was something like that going, that somebody was down with it or trying to commit a terrorist attack on our communications and shut our communications down, and if that was to happen, why didn't that person make the news like the person who unalived that boy Charlie Kirk, and they put all that stuff on him? It was fast. After that young boy, I ain't even gonna say young boy, after that man was unalived, they quickly was on top of that information and revealed it to the people. They had a description. They had everything. Within 72 hours, they already had the person described. I don't know if they locked them up or whatever fast like that, but at the end of the day, that's kind of different. That's kind of weird for the Secret Service at this particular time. See, it's a lot of things that's going on. I don't know if it's pre-planned or is there to raise confusion and diversion from what's really about to take place. See, nobody's talking about the mysterious bright light falling of a UFO in Charlotte, North Carolina. If it was a satellite, they would have let it be known. If it was a meteor, they would have let it be known. This is why a lot of things done happened. Charlie Kirk got unalived, literally. I want to say literally right after that sighting happened, right after that so-called UFO happened in Charlotte, North Carolina. There's a lot going on. It's on TikTok. It's all over the news. It's everywhere. If you don't know, then you ain't gonna never know. It's a UFO that fell in Charlotte. In Charlotte. It fell, and nobody wants to talk about this, right? Nobody wants to talk about this, right? So why is nobody doing research? I encourage y'all to do research. It's important that y'all do research.
A new Capitol Hill hearing.
It's different. It's different. It's falling out of Charlotte. It's somehow mysterious UFOs falling out of Charlotte. So you need to understand what that was. You know what I'm saying? This is what they got going on in Charlotte. I'm gonna give y'all something better. We're gonna give y'all something better because that's what happened. You see that? Y'all see that?
Are y'all seeing what I'm seeing from the sky?
That's in Charlotte.
Right, I don't know what that is.
That's in Charlotte.
What? It's flying over downtown. Oh, snap.
I know y'all saw that. I know y'all saw that. See, it's a lot of things that's going on. A lot of things going on in the United States they're not showing. And if these people wasn't riding around and getting real footage on what's happening, we wouldn't know what's taking place. We would just be listening to a lie that's being told on TV. That man Charlie Kirk, he had views. What's good? He had views. And he was just expressing his own public opinion. Not that I'm saying everything I was agreeing with, but at the end of the day, there's a lot of people of color that's racist. There's a lot of people that of European descent that's racist. So, but if you given the freedom of speech, how can you tear somebody down? I'm not agreeing with none of that. That man got killed. Excuse me, that man got unalived as part of a government ploy because he was about to expose a lot of secrets that the government didn't want the people to know about. That's diversion. That's chaotic diversion. They don't want y'all to know about the UFO that fell out the sky because that's exactly what it is in Charlotte, North Carolina. They don't want y'all to know about that. They don't want y'all to know about the war that's about to take place. And I'm not into politics. I just see it for what it's worth. I look past all the BS that I'm being fed. Everybody got to start wisening up because while they throwing all this BS about who's in the rap game, telling who's doing rituals, who's working with the fruit squad, who's sacrificing people, who's doing all this madness. Y'all, there's people that's really worried about that, and you got things like this happening. The government is showing you that they're in control because All them people in New York City, right? Especially that area where they found that apartment at, right? Because in that area of New York City is massive traffic. There's so many people all over the place. Like, it's just massive amounts of people all over the place, right? In order for you to secretly get all that stuff inside that apartment, that means you have to use transportation, which means you have to put your name or whatever on paper to get that transportation to secretly load all them gadgets up in the apartment. Second of all, you have to have paperwork for the apartment that's being rented. I think people need to take a look into all of that and research that. We living in a time where they deflecting, and that means something is about to happen. Something is about to take place. Remember, before they would never let the people know about UFOs. Now all of a sudden it's becoming a fad that everybody is seeing a UFO left and right, particularly in the South and around them Army and Navy and Air Force bases. There'd be a lot of secret stuff going on. There'd be a lot of... I went to visit my brother in North Carolina, and just it was constantly just fighter jets we would see stuff at night. It would be too big to be declared to be an aircraft, but it was in the air. Whole bunch of lights around the shit. I guess it was an encounter. I guess I had an encounter with a UFO, but it wasn't like how everybody say, because in North Carolina it's a lot going on. A lot going on. Y'all gotta wisen up, smarten up, get more educated, stop listening to the lies that's being fed to y'all. Because we living in the days where the lie is the truth. And anybody that brings the real truth is being looked at as an outcast. Next thing you know, you got bad stuff put on the person's name because they don't want that truth to be exposed. I might get flagged for giving y'all this information. It don't matter, but at the end of the day, as long as you got it. This is the type of things I like to do. I like to keep up on current events and do my own math and analogies and all that. I'm not worried about the rap game because I'm not a rapper. I'm just the guy who makes good music. I'm an artist. I got other things going. I got clothing lines going. I got promotional companies going. I got a lot going on. So at the end of the day, I'm not a rapper. I'm just here giving you the facts. It's my clothing line right here. This is what I do. I got magazines, I got books, I got all of that. I'm not just a one-lane person. So I can't focus on that rap game. I might look at some stuff every now and then. It might elaborate on a few things, but nevertheless, I'm more into the news aspect of real life, not what y'all being fed on TVs. These rappers is making these videos and it's the same old thing. They hanging out on the corner in front of the store that if you go out there today, you might not see them. You see Jadakiss in front of his store, but that's not even the topics of what needs to be discussed. A lot of things are happening out here. Stay up, man. It's great to see you on here, but make sure you stay in tune, man. You know it's always love here. Yeah, it's a lot going on, man. They saying UFOs is flying out over the coast of Florida. They throwing missiles at the UFOs. The UFO is bouncing off the UFOs. Like, what type of things is going on out here in the United States? It's really weird going on, man. A lot of real weird things is going on, man. And it's not even cool, bro. For real, for real.
Experience unlike any...
Welcome back. We're following a breaking news alert. A congressman shows never-before-seen video at a military UFO hearing.
Hey, Kennedy brings us that video now from the WKaren.com alert desk. Peyton.
And Representative Eric Burleson shared the video, also posting it to social media. According to Burleson, this video was taken 30th, 2024. It's taken from an MQ-9 Reaper, and according to the Air Force, these are primarily used for intelligence collection. Burleson says it's allegedly tracking an orb off the coast of Yemen. and green light given to engage. Quote, a missile appears to be ineffective against the target. At the time that this video was said to be taken, the waters of Yemen were an active combat zone, with the U.S. Navy shooting down threatening drones and missiles. The question now, what exactly does this video show? Burleson says the footage was received from a whistleblower. An independent review is ongoing. Remember News 2 brings you breaking news.
See, there's so much stuff going on in this country, man, and around this country, man. It's crazy. Yeah, it's different out there. You might catch some different shit out there off the coast. You know what I'm saying? They said that was off the coast of Yemen. You could catch most of that activity going on. Like, in order for the UFOs to get over here in our spot, man, they got to come off the coastal waters around us. We're surrounded by water. They had UFOs at that Area 51. They tried to keep secret for so long until people just started exposing it, and then they just gave it to us, right? If you can remember, as long as you've been on this earth, and some people might have been here before that, they always used to say, there's no UFOs, no such thing as UFOs. They don't know nothing about no UFOs. They don't know nothing about no Area 51. If I'm telling the truth, put a 1 in the comment section. If I'm telling a lie, put a 2 in the comment section. For years, they've been saying it. I'm going back to the early 1900s for years, but before then, there were sightings. So how can the government tell us that there wasn't no UFOs? But y'all, quote unquote, got Bigfoot sightings. I mean, make it make sense. See, the throw-offs that they be trying to throw curves all the time, you got to be able to catch what they saying. And don't think you know it all unless you research it. The government is different. And they control the media. They tell us what they want us to know. They don't like somebody that go beyond what they tell us and do their own research. They don't like that because most of the things that they tell you, shit don't be true. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, man, if you're feeling what I'm talking about. This is reality. This is something that you can research yourself. This is something that you could do yourself instead of listening to a rapper that's leading you down the wrong way or leading you into prison. And then they're turning around and telling, and you are manipulated and brainwashed by living up to a code and some standards that these rappers are not even living up to. So I challenge all the rappers to start educating the people. You still gonna make the money because at the end of the day, right? The people is the one that buy your shit. No record label can control nothing that you rappers is doing. It's already been proven that rappers could get out of their contracts. So at the end of the day, if you know something ain't right, get out of it. Excuse me, they taking shots. They got that good old grabber. They taking shots at the rap game because the same people who's cutting the checks is part of a plot to destroy the same rap game. They're not doing this with all other genres. Even though the same type of rituals or alleged rituals and whatever's happening is happening because people are giving themselves away. But you can't run from reality. The reality is there's a lot going on out here. There's a lot going on out here, and all that bullshit that everybody's paying attention to, that's for the weak. If it's entertainment, let it be entertainment. But time stops for nobody, and a lot of shit is happening over here while everybody's looking over here. Step back and look at both sides. Don't be looking one-sided because you don't know what's going on over here if you already too focused on what's going on over here. And that's what the government got. The government got the media to make you look over here while they doing some shit over here. They not talking about you. We heard about how they just shot down a boat with a whole bunch of drugs in it off the coast of the Florida coast. I think it was somewhere coming towards Florida, whatever. You don't hear about it no more. It's a new something now. Now they got UFO sighting. Now they unalived this man at a rally amongst thousands and hundreds of thousands of people. They had an open shot. Now, that right there can tell you something's going on in this country that you need to pay more attention to. Because out of all them people, how was somebody able to put a scope on that man and take him out? What about the security measures and procedures that's supposed to take place at that event? And they got the person just like that. How is that all possible? See, everything is being put together to make you look this way. But there's a lot going on over this way. Pay attention. I want to shout out everybody that tuned in. Appreciate y'all. You know what I'm saying? If you really fucking with me and you support this shit, follow this channel, subscribe to this channel, hit the notification bell, hit the like button, hit the dislike button, comment, share with your people. Follow me on Instagram at No Game Records. I got a lot of big things that's about to happen. No Freaky. About to put together this documentary, about to put together some other projects. I got a couple people that's out there. Shout out to my boy Shay Baby TV. Y'all want to learn about everything from rap news, sports news, real news. We about to launch a show. Shout outs to the voice of my city, Ballin' Up in Harlem Network, the Queen of Harlem, Chuck Cash. You know what it is. Shout outs to my boy Stunner Gang. Shout outs to Liga BHP, BHP Basketball. Shout outs to the people who really fucks with this real shit, because this is the shit that needs to be talked about. This is the real shit that needs to be talked about. A lot of people don't talk about shit. You know what I'm saying? Shout outs to the artists. Shout outs to Z-Dog. You know what I mean? Shout outs to Neve. Shout outs to everybody that tuned in. You know what I mean? Abe, Adams. You know, it's real deal out here. We talk facts. We talk reality. We might break a couple records. We might have some stuff in the background playing. We might have a couple things going on. But at the end of the day, we giving out the real news. We're not spreading no gossip. We're not doing none of that sucker shit. We talking about real shit that's taking place out here in the United States that y'all need to be talking about. This happened in New York State. New York City to be exact. So if you got family members in New York City, put them on to the show. You know what I'm saying? Show them what realness is. Everybody claiming to be real, but everybody ain't giving the real information to the people. You ain't got to tell nobody's business, but you got to let the business be known of what's happening around you. Keep you on your P's and Q's. Not none of that bullshit, watered down shit that they be talking. Everybody trying to get a rep in the streets. The streets is over. Streets is over. They giving out Ricos. You want that? Y'all niggas want Ricos? Y'all niggas don't want to educate yourself just in case y'all do happen to go in front of the fucking judge? Y'all know what to say. Y'all really don't need no lawyer. I just need a lawyer to just stand there. I did my own research and I made my lawyer work for me. You gonna say this, you gonna say this, penal code this. He looking at me like I should have been in law school because that's the realities of what's going on. I'm not gonna put my life in nobody's hands to hang me over to somebody that they already working with. I'm not gonna put my brother man in no position to harm theyself. I'm going to educate them. I got 13 businesses that I run by myself. I don't have no team, but I get my matters done. I answer my emails. I make my products. I ship my products. I do all of that I need to do, so I'm not focused on no bullshit. Focused on the real shit. Because the real shit gonna save my life. If I know what's coming at me, I can counter to the shit. I know how to work around the shit.
They offered.
I'm not gonna sit here and be no goofball and act like I don't have a brain where I could, you know what I'm saying? Don't be a follower. Don't be a follower. That means that you rather have another man control your movements, control your brain. You might as well be a puppet. You might as well be a puppet. There's a lot of you out here that's growing up rough. Y'all don't have to continue to grow up rough. All that shit is a myth, man. You gotta want to help yourself, and and it's a lot of cats that have a hard time with listening or taking in information from somebody, because most of y'all growing up rough enough to understand that y'all figure y'all gotta go through this shit by yourself. Nah, don't be a goof, don't be hard-headed, and don't be stupid young. Take the help. If somebody's willing to take their time out to help you and put you on to some things, sit your ass down and listen. It might save your life. Smoke and mirrors when you tired of being gassed is the program. Stacked chicken is the lifestyle. No Game Records is the movement. No Game Entertainment is the name. There's no games over here. We're not playing games like most of these cats is doing. These is too old to be playing games out here. And a lot of y'all are showing that y'all niggas is not educated. A lot of y'all are showing that y'all didn't make it far, educational-wise. And that's going to separate the real from the fake, because the real's getting tired of you cats out here lying, man. You're lying about your lifestyle, lying about what you did, X, Y, Z. Some of y'all are really just going off of the reputations that people placed on you. That's not going to get you far. Salute to everybody, man. Stay up, stay focused. Make your circle a dot. And if you have a circle, evaluate your circle and put your circle to the test. And I'm not talking negative. If you're trying to make it out the hood or trying to make it successfully anywhere, put your team to the test, because that's going to show you who you need around you. Somebody's going to help you get forward, not pull you back. Most importantly, stack chicken. Love us. Always.